Hello, welcome to The Big Picture. To prove we are bang up to date with our stories, Arkin, I've got one here for you from the Daily Mail from today about a 50-year-old believing there is an underground bunker on Mars with people living in it. They've got missiles with them too in this bunker. Now, this is surely just printed to discredit conspiracy theorists, obviously.
Well, the story is really interesting. Underground bunker on Mars. How the hell did you see that?
Exactly.
How can you prove that? I've seen pictures of it.
This guy's 58. He's from Canada, and he believes that this is what's happening right now on Mars.
Well, good luck with that. I'm really happy for him.
This is just totally discrediting people who have intelligent theories about things, isn't it? So, you're going to hear people talking about something more with credibility, and you're going to think, well, load of rubbish. Remember that conspiracy theorist? As soon as you hear that word, conspiracy theorist, that's not real. He's an idiot. He's a nutter.
That's all about it. There's nothing else to it. So we just discredit people with credible ideas who talk the truth.
Who's doing the discrediting here? Who is it?
Where did you see? Where did you see?
I got it from the Daily Mail.
Okay, Daily Mail is discrediting people.
Okay.
And who is running Daily Mail? What is What is Daily Mail?
No idea. No,
it's a newspaper.
Yeah, but no idea who's running it. But yeah, it's a newspaper. Yeah.
It's a newspaper.
But that's not news.
It's
surely not news.
It's not news. It's nothing new at all. And if it's newspaper, it's a part of the media, right? Press.
Yes.
So press, media is discrediting people. And who is running
Which is nothing new, really, is it?
Of course not. Who is running all these corporations? Money. What is money? Money is an entity that runs fear through our veins. Money is the entity that runs ecstasy through our veins.
Yeah.
Because whatever you want can be bought. It is what the media says.
So there we are. We have we've just proven to you that we're absolutely live and bang up to date.
You may not believe us, right? Okay. This is where it gets interesting. This is a free choice. You may just stop whatever you're doing and listen with a whole heart and get something out of it.
You should actually.
There is no should or should not here. This is a free will. You may listen to what Keith says with whole hearts, and you should listen to him. But when I talk, please be, relaxed. Do not think about shoulds and should nots, ought tos and ought nots. It's me just talking the truth out of it.
What we should do here, we should forewarn people, go and get yourself a cup of coffee, sit down, relax.
Cup of coffee and relaxing. Okay, they don't go together, right?
They don't do that.
get a cup of some herbal tea or something.
Right, yeah, green tea or something. Okay, let's get on to the serious stuff. Thousands of people marched past a Spanish parliament building in Madrid a couple of weekends ago to protest a new law that they say endangers civil liberties. But there was no one actually there.
Oxymoron.
Wow.
Irony.
They did it by hologram.
These words have been created to, describe this kind of situation. Why? Because they are protesting obliteration of some civil rights. They're doing it in a very ingenious way.
Very clever way. Holograms, excellent, absolutely brilliant.
And now hologramic protests are banned.
Which is absolutely crazy. I don't know if anybody listening has actually come across this story at all, but they can't do it within the site of a parliamentary building.
It should be that, because what they're protesting against is the government. And where can you protest the government? Where they can see you.
Where they live, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, if you are banning people from protesting in person or in spirit from wherever they are, you're just banning their rights.
Sorry, you can't put your hologram here.
No, sorry, no. It just takes up our visual air.
The law, I'll read you the law. It says, under the new law, which is set to come into effect in July, protesters will run the risk of a range of punishments depending on the circumstances. They include a possible fine of €30,000 for protesting in front of the Congress or other parliamentary buildings, according to the text of the law.
It's just the amount of money you have to pay to be able to protest, right? You can, if you can afford 30,000 euros,
then you can do it.
Yeah.
You can go and do it. Yeah, which no doubt no one can. The law restricts citizens' liberties and criminalizes their right to protest. The organisers of the hologram demonstrations say turning a right into an offence for which you can be pursued, detained, and judged. Taking away a liberty is bordering on dictatorship. Surely,
who gave you your rights?
the people who are taking them off you.
Yeah, because you live in a governmental society that the government is there to uphold your rights, to protect them against whom, I don't know, but apparently against themselves. So if they're protecting your rights, if you're giving your freedom of right protection to another party, you are at the same time giving away the exercise of power. So if they have the control over your rights and your rightful application of rights, which means they hold the power for you. The government is just that.
Maybe it's just another way of getting more money from you. Obviously, people will protest, whether it's a hologram.
Well, it's not your money to give away anyway, because it's the government's money. Because they can just do whatever they want.
What the hell they want with it. Yeah,
because they have been elected. You are not there forever because we elected you. By what? A vote.
You know, I remember the days when you were in power for, I think you could go up to 12 years, and then automatically then you would have to sort of move aside. These days, it seems to me, governments get voted for life.
No, it's only 12 centuries, not any longer.
Thank you for putting that right. I thought it was forever.
There's a lease contract in Turkey that gives you that doesn't give you the ownership of a landmark, but gives you a lease for 99 years. If you can live that long.
Yeah, I think this is the general consensus everywhere, the 99-year lifetime lease. Yeah. One of the things that they're talking about, the government, is it's dangerous. It's protesting is dangerous, but maybe
dangerous for what?
Well, exactly. Maybe they should stop the officials, the police, getting rough and getting tough with people who are protesting, because they seem to be the people who provoke the attacks in the first place. Because most of these protests are peaceful or set out to be peaceful.
You're talking about protests and how it acts out, blah blah. But why are they protesting in the first place? Who are they protesting in the first place? What is the danger? The danger is that the protesters get what they want.
They can't have that. They can't do that.
Sorry, no way. Because they're wrong. Yeah. They're wrong according to what? So this is all we're living in their country. We're living in their benevolence. They let us be.
You should be grateful for this. So please don't protest.
Exactly.
Okay. Right. Let's. We'll keep an eye on that story. Actually.
And you were really kind there. Please don't protest. Very, very heartwarming.
Yeah. Well.
Love that. You should be the governor.
I'm saying it how it should be.
Please don't protest.
Right. The Matrix control system. What is it? I'm moving to this because
we're talking about it.
A series of YouTube videos you sent me by montalk.net. Which was an eye-opener on the forces that give us our identity, or rather the identity not of our choosing. It's everywhere. Government, military, medicine, the list goes on and on and on. How much of a stranglehold has this machine got on people?
It's not a machine, first of all.
What is it?
It is the system that reality is based on. This is the true reality that we live on this planet. I just learned it this week, by the way. This world, this reality, will just stay as is. We will ascend and transcend the dimensions and understanding levels of it. We will always be here. Mm-hmm. That's why humans are royalty in the galactic forum of beings. Yeah. We just don't know how we are, because we can stay here in body and leave wherever we are in spirit. That's unheard of in all the galaxy, as they say. I'm not there yet.
As far as we know, yeah.
Second, the Matrix is a system, the system of manifestation on this 3D reality. It is the Matrix. the Matrix is not something, for example, let's put it down to
Make it easy,
simile.
please.
Yeah, make it easy. A computer works according to an operating system, right?
Yep.
That operating system decides what is not, what is possible. The boundaries of being is just according to the operating system. Apart from this operating system, there are some circuitry limitations, some physical limitations of how much processing power the computer has. So, according to the processing power the computer has, your operating system enables you to compute at a level of maximum. You can overclock, you can increase the memory, you can do whatever you want, as long as it is compatible with the operating system. When the operating system is the Matrix, this gives you everything that you think of. The bottle on my hand, the microphone that I'm talking through, the voice that you hear, this program, everything is according to the Matrix, because it is the fabric of reality is interwoven on this Matrix structure. This structure is not big enough to be seen by our eyes, but it's bigger than you think. Because whatever you can conceive, whatever you can perceive,
that's it.
Is according to the Matrix.
Yes. Okay,
you are just a user. You're just looking into it via a user interface, which is your mind and body.
Yeah. Okay. So I did say it's everywhere, of course. So you've just rubber stamped that for me. It's everywhere. It's all the universe, military medicine, and so on. It's also in royalty, isn't it?
What I just said was including the universe,
everywhere,
and the cells.
The New World Order seems to be one collective title for these. How new are they? Because the roots of this thing are said to be somewhat sinister.
Well,
Alien,
sinister again, according to
dark
whom?
Powers, if you like.
They're just doing what they're here to do. They are doing it according to their own understanding, which is not good for us if we don't comply with that. If you don't like being a slave, it's not good for you.
Sure. There's not much you can do about that, is there really?
There is something you can do about it once you acknowledge that it is there. Once you know that it is there. Once you accept that it is there, it's no longer there.
Right. Now, I actually found the second video you sent dealing with human weaknesses very, very true. And the question, why does history keep repeating itself? Why does history keep repeating itself?
Why does history keep repeating itself?
We've said that 3 times now. We're repeating it.
Yeah, and you're still going through your own questions because you prepared them and didn't even listen to what I said. And it's repeating itself. Why is it repeating itself? Is there an answer that you can give me? Because I have an answer. We tend to think in patterns. And false pattern recognition is what this guy in Canada saw on Mars. That's a pattern over there. And our understanding is always looking for patterns to understand stuff, because we have to form stuff, formulate stuff. Yeah. If it's according to what if it's according to what you know, you're happy. That's why babies are happy when they hear a song they know, because knowing that song, what comes next, is making them happy. It's just like that. When you know what's up next, you're happy for a while. Then get bored. When you get bored,
just like in fact, we never change our process from a baby to the day we leave this earth, do we?
No, we just add layers of codes in between our spirit and the reality. And once you add those layers of codes, everything is distorted. What repeats itself is that you don't learn the lesson. You're not conscious. When you're consciously aware of your situation, of your being, of your now, which is infinite, you cannot repeat anything. When you repeat something, when you realize that you just repeated something, just like the movie Matrix, a déjà vu is a glitch in the Matrix. It happens when they change something. This is the exact line where they see the black cat before the first attack, when they first insert themselves into the Matrix and the whole hell breaks loose.
Is there a way we change the system ourselves? Is there a way we can get out of this Matrix? Because
you cannot get out of it because you are not in it. This is how you create reality. You just create another reality because we are all living in our own universes. We are all stars of our own movies. You can always choose to act out part of your life, or you can choose to act out a role that has been written for you. The code, the education system, military. You just told the Matrix is everywhere, the royalty, whatever. You can take them as they are given to you, or you can redefine them. That's how it is.
But is that not then called like going against the system, as it were? And are you not looked upon as an outcast or a strange individual, or he doesn't conform to this, he doesn't conform to that?
Who cares? If you care, you're still living in their world. Once you stop caring, because it's not there. Whatever a third party says to me does not apply unless I accept. There has to be consent in this universe for anyone to do anything, for anything to be anything in another's jurisdiction, let's say.
It's like when
there has to be consent.
When you look at some people who are different, you know, who have different approaches to life, and you know, we look upon them as being rather unusual and strange, and maybe people maybe wrongly being put in mental institutions because they...
Spirituality has always been mistaken for being...
An illness?
An illness, a mental illness. A shaman of African origin was in the States visiting someone. I don't know the whole story, but he was in a psych ward, and he said, all these souls are healers. They are wounded. They have to start healing so that they can heal themselves. Took out a guy from the mental institution and took him with him to Africa. He lived there for 2 years. He was perfectly back to life as he would, you know, live normally, as, you know, all this normal thing is
back
in
into
quotes
the Matrix.
again. Not back into the Matrix, out of the Matrix. He was comfortable in his own skin. That's how normal is. Yeah. And then he realized that he didn't want to go back to America, where he was taken as a mental sick person.
This mental approach, I mean, how do you define, you see the quotation marks here?
I see them.
I'll actually put those on the screen. How would you define someone being mental? Because someone's maybe doing something...
Let's go back to Kybalion. Everything is mental. When you decide that someone else is mentally ill, it just
They're not doing
doesn't
the same
compute
thing
with
doing.
yours.
Yeah.
It just doesn't... It's a comparison. Once you start comparing, it's judgment over there. When you start judging and comparing, you're just separating. You think you know better, or you think someone else does better. That's why you start taking truth from outside. It has to resonate with you. You are the center of your own universe, your own self, your own being is you and you alone. When you close your eyes, the world or universe doesn't exist for you.
It goes away, doesn't it? Yeah,
it just goes away. Because it stays there for everyone else, is that they didn't close their eyes. Once everyone's eyes are closed, the universe will stop being for that amount of time. Once someone else feels it, it just will start back on. Every second, every minute, every being moment, the universe is recreated with the understanding and perception of all that is. I mean, all that is a huge concept. All that is. I'm not talking about the world. I'm talking about the galaxies and the universe. I'm talking about the universe.
Yes, yeah.
The universe is not a universe. It's, in fact, a multiverse. It's universe for us because we see it from one point. It's
we
unified.
See the one picture of it.
We are unified points in being. Being is, again, a broad term here. Unified points of being.
Yeah.
The size is, again, has to be comparable. Carl Sagan visited British Museum. He was carrying a photograph of the universe for that time, 1980s or something. He was carrying it with him. And he saw this, he was going to reveal it to public at that seminar, conference, whatever, talk he was going to give. He saw the same picture on the wall and said, "Where did you get it?" Guy said, "It's been there for 4 years. It's mitochondria. It's the cell. It's the energy supply of the cell. It's just been blown up in size, zoomed in. It's just a photograph of that." "No, it's not. Look at this." He takes out the photo. It's the same because everything is as above, so below. We are the 0 point. That's why we have a way of going to extreme and beyond, to the infinite in ourselves. When you meditate, when you think, when you visualize, when you imagine, when you daydream, there's no stopping to it. But when you stop daydreaming, realizing, imagining, you just comply with the rules of the Matrix.
Please stay tuned to this channel for more. We'll be doing it